In 2005, I was struck down by a very serious illness that developed into a full-blown systemic infection. My organs were damaged, my heart was damaged, my liver was damaged, my kidneys were damaged. Many of my doctors really didn't think that I was going to be able to survive what had happened to me. After that experience, I came to the realization that I had been lucky to still be alive, but also that there must be something else I ought to be doing with my life. I often say that I don't ever think I was a bad person, but not being a bad person doesn't really mean you're the best person you can be. We've been here now for 20 years, and I was always somebody in the audience. I would volunteer for a couple of things, but I really had no concept of how much volunteerism could really help my community and really help me fulfill what I thought was now sort of a purpose in life. I became involved with our school board in 2010, and I treasure that moment because it is a sort of a fulfillment of a direction I had already been headed in, and that is caring about the youth of our community. My granddaughter now goes to school here. My children have gone to school through Millbrae, and my wife actually graduated from Green Hills. It's a wonderful question to ask about how do you sort of overcome your own biases sometimes to help to facilitate good decision making in any setting in our community. And I found that in my, I think through my illness. As I came out of that sort of dark tunnel, I realized that the things I was so concerned about were not as important as I thought they were. An example would be our Millbrae Community Youth Center. We had a standing committee of about 22 or 23 people, and everybody, I noticed, had a little bit different agenda. Not good or bad, but everybody looked at it a little bit differently. I was in a perfect position because I didn't have a particular agenda. I wasn't associated with any of the parties that were involved. And I think that I was able to bring that center to that project when we focused on the fact that it was a Millbrae Community Youth Center, and we took out all the other adjectives and descriptors. Everybody could buy into that, because who doesn't like Millbrae? Who doesn't like community? Who doesn't like youth? And that really was the rallying cry to bring so many different parties to the table. And I'm very proud of that, not so much for what I did, but for what our community did. Everybody pitched in to help with it. And I noticed that after about a year, we weren't talking in terms of camps anymore. It wasn't what the Lions wanted or the Rotary wanted. It was what was good for the project. You know, we are responsible for the quality of our life here. And it's not right for us to always depend on what government can do or what a club can do. It's a matter of what we as a community want for ourselves. And I think the MCYC, if nothing else, stands for that principle. Today, the building is open. It's just a great, great tribute to our town, to the people of our town who cared so much to work on it, and to the kids. It's really, to me, a wonderful testimony to all those things. Volunteerism, I think, is extremely important. People can do everything from spending 30 minutes in a school classroom reading to students who love it, to hear another voice other than the teacher to come in. There are events that go on all the time which are publicized, and we are always looking for volunteers, whether it be setting up chairs, collecting donations, knocking on doors, whatever it might be. There's lots of things to do. The important thing is, though, to find something that you love to do and something that you know you can do. And whatever time you can spend, just commit to it and find the right venue for yourself. And if it's something you really like, get involved. There are two things I always say. One is, life is a weekend and this is Friday night, which means, don't waste your time. And the other is that I found great peace in the concept that my wife, Cheryl, actually taught me, and that is to control the things that you can control in your life and let the rest go. Having faced what I faced, I really don't have bad days because I put that in perspective. And if you've gone through a health crisis or something sort of devastating in your life, you will come to that same conclusion, I think. By giving of yourself, it not only helps the community, it will give you great satisfaction to be part of that movement.